Welcome back to the Wasteland and welcome back to Karate Combat. My name is Josh Palmer.
I'm Layla Annalee and we are joined by none other than the legend that is Baz Ruud. Baz?
You're supposed to be here, right?
Yeah.
You didn't get the memo.
Well, we have an incredible show for you today, which includes a title fight.
Yes, the 75-kilo golden belt is on the line. This golden belt, in fact, it is between American Josh Quayhagen and Brit Jerome Brown.
It's going to be a clash of personalities because we've got a villainesque character versus Mr. Nice Guy.
What? You hear that?
Okay, so there are a few things that you can do. For instance, you can... let's not do... Oh, here. Boom! Elbow. Can't use that. Boom! Do the back. Oh, not good. Bam! That's not a good thing either. Oh, and poof! A back fist. That will hurt. And bang! A headbutt. Don't do that. But for the rest, pretty much any strike is kind of a legal strike. Any questions? No question. All right. My job is done.
Welcome back pit side at the Wasteland. What a fantastic event we've got for you today. Let's take a look at the fight. Oh, nice of you to join us, too.
Oh, you're very welcome. I was explaining the rules to some locals here.
Well, let's explain some more about the fights coming up. That title fight, Jerome Brown, the Brown Bear, taking on American Josh Quayhagen.
Brown, he calls himself the smart brawler, and also like in Karate Kid, sweep the leg, Johnny. Well, he loves sweeps, he loves takedowns, and he likes to use his reach. So that's what we're going to see tonight. But Quayhagen, man, you can throw everything at this guy. He's seen it all. So it's going to be very hard for Brown to land a punch. If I was Quayhagen, I would fight in close, inside the reach of his opponent, because there he's more effective.
And of course, Baz, this is for the Karate Combat Golden Belt. What does that mean for these fighters?
Oh, the Golden Belt. Well, first of all, Golden Belt. But you know what? The big belt with the bling? Okay, for me, the real belt, like in gold, that was so cool. I just saw it. That I would like to have a golden belt.
You didn't think about putting it in your pocket?
No, my mom told me not to steal anymore.
Well, before that fight, we do, of course, have a fantastic opener for you. Bryan van Waesberghe is taking on Lahad Cisse.
Yeah, Van Waesberghe, he started karate because he was watching the Ninja Turtles and Karate Kid. And guess this, he loves kicks to the body, and we all know that I love kicks to the body. The only thing that he needs to pull off right now, I would think, maybe if he can do a crane, you know, so his ode to Karate Kid, that would be something. But then again, Cisse, well, I don't know a lot about Cisse, but he has a whole bunch of medals in a whole bunch of different championships, so I think he's going to be just fine.
Well, let's go ahead and get this one set. Time for you to meet Bryan van Waesberghe.
I'm Bryan van Waesberghe, and they call me the Rampage. I'm from Belgium, I fight from Belgium, but I live in Holland, the Netherlands. I'm very excited to fight this event. Just waiting, watching the other events, watching the other fighters, and try to adapt and learn from their mistakes and to improve my own skill set. I did karate since I was 6 years old. I think I have a lot of more experience than most of the guys who were fighting or did at a fight, because I trained like MMA for quite a long time. My opponent will be Lehad Cisse from Senegal. I'm very looking forward to start with my first fight in the pit. I'm very happy with my matchup as well. Even though he's taller, I don't think he has my skill set, actually. I think I'm faster, lighter on my feet. There's a lot of solutions to beat him, and I'm really looking forward to my first victory in this karate combat. If you ask me, I'm looking for the knockout, actually.
Well, there we have it. Karate Combat debutant Bryan van Waesberghe. Seems like he's eager for the challenge here. Let's go ahead and lock this one in the fight selector. Fighters through the portal today. Bryan van Waesberghe in the red corner, Lahad Cisse in the blue corner.
Wow, man, let's see if Waesberghe can pull off a crane against Cisse, which I call right now the medalist.
Fighters, go to your corners. In the red corner, Bryan van Waesberghe, Rampage from Belgium.
And there is the tail of the tape for Bryan van Waesberghe. Shotokan style, as you can see. Good reach in 84 kilos.
In the blue corner, Lehad Cisse, the Black Lion from Senegal.
Lahad Cisse, former qualifier. 0-1 record for him here, so he's looking to bounce back strong.
Fighters, enter the pit.
Right, right. Round one, you ready? You ready?
Round one.
And we are underway here, 3 minutes on the clock. Touch of Govs and Waesberghe with a slightly wider stance, opening up early with that lead kick, Bas.
Yeah, both these guys have almost identical reach. So it's going to be very fun to see who can do the best.
Van Waesberghe stopped his points competitive career in 2019 and jumped straight into karate combat, really eager for the challenge that this rule set represents.
Nice movement there by Waesberghe, moving backwards while his opponent a single kick. You know, I'm not a big fan of it. I say it every time. See, that gets counted now.
And Cisse relentless in the pocket here. This is that full contact nature we expect, and he is giving everything on the inside.
Forget about moving back out of the reach of fire line, right? I mean, he just stands there.
Yeah, stay there, fight your way forward.
Yeah, it's rolling the dice. Why would you do that? It's good for us. Don't get me wrong. I love it.
I think Van Waesberghe knows he's in a scrap now. This is just a little bit different to deal with. Relentless power, continuous strikes. Cisse suddenly came to bring the pain in this one. Looking to go to the body, trying to change up those target areas.
If Cisse would have been born in America, you know, and to pronounce his name like they did just right here, Cisse, then I think he would have been even a stronger fighter.
Yeah, Cisse, formerly from Senegal, now living in Paris. Looking at the outside trip there. And Bas, do you feel that Cisse's perhaps a little bit more static on his feet than Waesberghe?
Yeah, and also, you know, he comes in and then he stands there. I think Waesberghe should move in and out. The Cisse actually should do the same thing. He should attack and immediately fire back. You see, it's another one, that single kick. You should never do that.
Yeah, never. Not bringing that lead hand up at all to block anything coming back at you.
Plus, that kick, you cannot do a lot of damage with it anyway.
So let's see, Van Waesberghe using that lead leg kick. A nice little kick. It's all about timing with those sweeps, isn't it? If you can catch them as they're moving off balance.
Yep. When he steps on his front leg, that's when you want to use the sweep.
Yeah, Van Waesberghe got his head snapped back there.
Yeah.
Trying to use the outside, dance around a bit more. Cisse just statuesque in the middle.
Yeah, if I would be Waesberghe, should be more in and out. But
so counter strikes from Cisse, and there fires a beautiful 1-2 again, following up.
Wow.
What a flurry.
Man, and on the target, he's got great aim.
Yeah, Van Waesberghe almost knocked down. You can see there a little bit of look on his face. He definitely got wobbled.
He should strike and then kick, not kick and then strike with the hands.
Again, Waesberghe staying on the outside here, and Cisse just really stalking him at this point, goading him into a move, planning to punish him on the way in.
Yeah, he's a really good counter fighter. I would do the same thing if I was him.
5 seconds left in this round.
Oh.
Beautiful high kick, oh my God! What a knockout from Bryan Van Waesberghe!
Man, the Mawasi Yodagiri, as they would call it in Japan. What?
Unbelievable!
I mean, on the last second.
The last second of this fight. Clearly the first round was going to Lahad Cisse. And with his dying breath, Van Waesberghe absolutely sends him flying.
Wow.
Let's take a look at some of the replays here. Bas, talk us through this.
Yeah, oh, look at this. Yeah, with the shin. Yeah, that will do it. Light.
High up on the shin, just under the knee.
Fuck.
All bone.
Very nice. We should ask if that actually was his game plan, because that was textbook.
Yeah, look, wearing some damage there, but a one-shot kill from Bryan Van Waesberghe. So just while Lahad Cisse gets some much-needed medical attention in the pit, we're going to see you in just a few short moments.
Guess who's back? Jerome, the brown bear. About time I'm fighting for the belt. I'm ready to go. And it's about time they recognize my abilities.
Ever since I got into karate combat, I knew this belt was mine. I wanted it, I was going for it, and I'm ready to bring that golden belt back home.
Josh Quayhagen, he's a good man.
So Jerome's a little brash. I think he's a little cocky. I like him a lot.
Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to send him back to Louisiana with a sore head, and he can go back and catch alligators or whatever they do over them sides.
I want to outwork him, and I want to beat him in there. I want him to make him eat his words, so that's the plan.
Welcome back to the pit and the wasteland, and we are going to wrap up this opening fight here and get the hand raised for Bryan van Waesberghe.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner is, with KO, the red Bryan van Waesberghe.
I think we're going to say it a few more times when we watch it back, Bas. What a knockout.
That's it, you know, that, like I said, it was textbook, you know. He was waiting for his opponent to counter. He moved in, anticipated the counter, and then head kicked him.
Let's head over to our hostess, Layla Annalie, who's with our victor for a pit-side interview.
Well, what a knockout. I have to immediately ask you, it appeared that your opponent was the more dominant fighter throughout that round, but you look like you might have been setting up for that leg kick.
Yeah, I was looking for the head kick, exactly, but I have to admit I was surprised by his strength in his punches, so he overwhelmed me the first seconds. But I heard the clap, so I thought I will survive the first round, start strong second one. But then I saw the opportunity to give the high kick, and that was it.
Now, Cisse is a fairly unpredictable fighter. How did you train for him, and was that leg kick something that you planned specifically because of his style of fighting?
Yes, actually, we trained a lot of kicks, head kicks, body kicks, but he fought completely different as he fought in his last game that I saw online. So I had to adapt a little bit more in this time, but yeah, it worked out, so I'm very happy with this result, actually.
Well, a big win on your Karate Combat debut. Welcome to Karate Combat.
Thank you very much.
So Bryan van Waesberghe successful in his debut. Bas, I cannot wait to see him fight again.
No, I haven't talked to him yet. I can talk Dutch to him. It's
Of course
great.
you can.
Yeah, he's from Belgium and he speaks Dutch. I used to live at the border there.
We have got one more fight coming your way today, and it, of course, Bas, is a title fight for that big gold belt.
Yeah, Jerome Brown versus Joshua Quayhagen, man, two of my favorite fighters here. Well, I have a whole bunch of favorite fighters, but these two guys, you know, fighting each other. On one side, you don't want it because I like both these guys, you know, but hey, you know, it's going to have to happen. You know, I have fought friends in the past. It just simply happened. So it's a very hard one to call.
Bas, here are some highlights of the whole of that fight. Talk us through some of the exchanges and, of course, that KO.
Yeah, that's lights out right there. Just landing a beautiful head kick with the shin just below the knee. I mean, so you can see how flexible he is. He brings it way up there. Boink. Yeah. Once the shin meets the face, that's it.
Join us again in just a few moments where we are going to crown the first Karate Combat 75 kilo champion.
All I need to know is their height, their reach, their weight, and I'm good to go. I don't even need to know their name. I wake up early. Well, when I do wake up early, I usually head down to the family business and I'll help out my mum with the Caribbean catering company. Later on, after that, I usually head down to the gym. I'll go down to Hampstead Heath to do a calisthenics session with the lads. Do 1,000 pull-ups where we put in that work. Sometimes I top it off with a yoga session with my brother Jay. My biological father was in jail most of my childhood, but even when he was free, he wasn't much of a dad. So my stepdad Marvin took me in as one of his own. And ever since then, he's been in my corner every fight. I grew up in a poor part of Islington, North London. Some estates in London can be just as bad as the worst projects in America. It's eat or be eaten, and around here we don't eat tea and crumpets, that's for sure. I even know some hungry guys that will take the trainers. Self-defense is a vital necessity if you're from where I'm from. My nan and dad enrolled us into a local karate school. It escalated quickly with us performing on the main stage. In a matter of years, it just kept on winning. I hated the taste of defeat, and the titles just kept on coming. It didn't really keep us off the streets completely, but it definitely helped. Me and my brother have been in many knife encounters, and without karate, I don't think I'll be alive to tell the tale. And I wouldn't care much about protecting my face, except for my other passion, modeling. That's right, fighter by day, Zoolander by night. I've done runway shows, I've shot with the biggest photographers like Nick Knight, the model for the top brands and designers. I co-starred in a music video with Lily Allen, and I've just shot a cover for Kanye West's latest album. But fighting has always been in my core passion, and I've been through some battles. I've always been that young blowout, but karate is about speed, timing, technique, and being smart. I hit, and I don't get hit. This is where I dominate. When I enter the pit, he won't be ready for the barrage of techniques I throw at him. Before he knows it, he'll be sleeping, and I'll have my hand raised. So bring your A game. We won't be ready. Good luck, brother.
Family, faith, and hard work. Life down here is simple, man. We cherish the simple things. People might call it Cajun country, swamp country, whatever. I think of it as God's country. I live, train, and preach in small town Lake Charles, Louisiana. My dad taught me karate. He had his own system that combined some traditional karate with boxing and kickboxing and whatever else he wanted to throw in. Thanks to him, I was learning martial arts by the time I could walk. So me and Morgan, we run the gym. We work long hours here. We work hard in almost everything we do. Back in college, I was partying too hard, drinking too much. I had some trouble with the law. My cousin was on a dark path himself. We joined forces. He came in to help me start a gym. He was bringing me to church all the time, so he brought me back to church. My fight in Miami was a devastating loss. As a former professional MMA fighter, I didn't think these karate guys could stand what I had. But man, was I humbled. It was the wake-up call I needed. A humbling experience can be a gift, making you come back harder and stronger than you ever imagined. Someone once told me, when you strike your opponent, you're actually healing them, because you're revealing a hole, and they get to go back and fix it. These words always stuck with me. The real training's out here. This is where I train my mind. This is peace. My brother likes to tag along, fishing, doing his redneck things, keep an eye out for gators. I like to get my mind right. That's everyone's toughest opponent. So when Jesus would get fed up with people, he'd go into the wilderness, spend some time with God, find his peace again, go up to the mountainside. Throughout history, people have gone into the wilderness to recharge. It's what I like to do. It gets me ready for the gym, the cage, the pit, business world. Take great joy in the struggle. That's Romans 5:3. I live by life by that. Seek out the uncomfortable. That's where the growth happens. It's never too late. It's never too late to get up and get back in the fight. Jump in the fight. God knows I've made plenty of mistakes. But you can't climb a mountain without falling on your ass.
Bas, so much going on in this 75-kilo title fight. Of course, we don't have a 75-kilo champion. This is the first person, whoever wins is going to be the first person to hold that gold belt. What does that mean to them?
That means everything. I will be like to be the first person landed on the moon, you know, and now go to Mars. And this is important. Who has the first belt in that weight class?
Yeah,
so,
then they get to be the one who has to step up and defend it.
And hopefully successfully defending it.
Yeah, a lot of people say, you know, you've really got to earn a title defense to really claim that belt.
Yeah, well, both these guys are on winning streak, you know, both of the last 3 fights. They're both pretty much the guys the best in the division. So, yeah, I say that's okay.
So Jerome Brown, of course, look, his last fight, he won, but it wasn't without incident. He looked good throughout the whole fight, but at the end, fatigue set in, and actually there was a much bigger story to that.
Yeah, you know, it showed for me, because we found out, what was the name?
Rhabdomyolysis.
Rhabdomyolysis. Ooh, that's a big word, but because of that, you can tell a lot about this guy, that he has a lot of heart, because normal people will stop fighting, but he just pulled through it, he plowed through it. It's pretty amazing actually what he was doing. So if he comes in now with a whole boatload of stamina, that's going to be very hard for Quayhagen.
And Bas, that toughness is just something people underestimate, isn't it?
That 100%. You know, it's some fighters, Dan Henderson, you know, that's the guy who I see crawling back to the corner, and then the next round he comes out and he knocks his opponent out. So guys like the Frankie Edgar, all these guys who are enormously tough and are an imprint on everybody's mind who knows about fighting.
And that was a troubling build-up and a troubling end to what was a victory for Jerome Brown. But I have to say, when I spoke to him a few days ago, he said, look, honestly, I've earned a very valuable lesson. I've controlled the build-up better, my training, my nutrition. And Bass's training this time has been a little bit more nomadic. He's been visiting lots of different camps, and he said, every time I walk in, it's like having a target on my back.
You know, it's like a Ronin. As a Ronin is a samurai without a master or a home, you know, and that's what he's been doing. But it's great because you never know what your game plan is, your opponent is game planning for, right? I mean, you don't know if he's going to fight exactly the same as last time. So the more sparring partners you have, and the more variety you have, the better it is for you. You're always going to be ready for a guy.
Of course, he's got a lot of footage to watch on his opponent, Josh Quayhagen. We've seen him several times here on Karate Combat before, and Bass, he describes himself as an American karateka.
Yeah, I would say, you know, it was the first time, you know, the Dutch with Thai boxing was Dutch Thai boxing. What we did, we took like Thai boxing and we added Western boxing to it, and we started wrapping up our combinations with kicks. And I think that is American karate also. Normal karate is one point and they stop, you know, but American karate is making combinations. So I think he added boxing combinations to karate, bada bing, bada boom, American karate.
And Quayhagen, of course, making his home down there in the swamps of Louisiana, quite a different environment to a lot of these other fighters. You spoke earlier about momentum, Bass. Both these guys, 3 fights each, 3 wins coming into this one. How important is it to bring momentum into a fight, build that confidence?
It is great. It's always great to win and to keep on winning, but it can also add some pressure to it. I remember a long time ago when somebody told me, oh man, you won 11 fights in a row. I go, I wish I wouldn't have said that. Because now you start focusing on that, and maybe that brings you pressure, you start holding back, you know, you start fighting differently. So I don't think that's the case with these guys, but you know, 3, you want to go to 4, and then you want to keep that winning streak of course going. So it's a big thing.
And Bass, there's even a little bit more pressure for both these guys, both of them with family members in their corners here for this bout. The brother of Josh Quayhagen's stepfather for Jerome Brown. You're going to feel that just a little bit more?
You know, I think for both these guys, it actually worked for them. I always said, you know, fighting in front of your own crowd and your own family members, especially if you just started fighting, that's a bad thing. I mean, it's too much pressure for you, but these guys are so seasoned, plus the people who are in their corner, they don't really care about winning or losing. Of course they want you to win, but they want you just to perform at your very best. Like so with me, I tell all my students, so I don't care if you win or lose. You know, if you give everything you have and you lose, well, you give everything you have. Now, if you're holding back and you don't really fight to your full potential and then you lose, yeah, that's shame on you.
Well, we mentioned those family members. Let's go over to Layla, who is with Josh Quayhagen's brother.
Thank you, Josh. Yes, I'm joined by Elijah, who's Joshua Quayhagen's younger brother, coach and cornerman. Firstly, walk me through his form and how's training been for him lately?
Crazy. We've been pushing the limit further and further, just trying to get better every day. We're not in it to win or lose. We're just trying to have a war, trying to have fun, spread the word of God through our love of martial arts.
Now, you mentioned spreading the word of God. He is, of course, a preacher as well, a preacher, right? How do people react to the idea that he preaches and punches?
Well, I mean, it's not really normally too much of a surprise. God had plenty of warriors. He had all his angels, and they were fighting demons every day. So we're just trying to do that same thing day to day.
This fight is for the title, it's for the gold belt. How much would that mean to him to win that belt tonight?
It would mean a lot, win or lose. This is definitely his goal. He would love to win, but I think that either way, as long as he knows he put everything out, he'd be happy with whatever happens.
Finally, you've been with him around the back. How's his mindset at the moment? It's got to be getting quite tense in there.
Oh. God's putting him at ease at all times. He's good.
He's calm.
He's calm, collected. He's ready for anything.
Elijah, good luck. Thank you very much.
And now it's over to the corner of Jerome Brown, and Layla is with his stepfather.
Marvin, first and foremost, how's he feeling right now?
Yeah, he's feeling good. He's feeling really good, Jerome. He's up there. He's just waiting. Can't wait to get down there and show his stuff.
And training in general, how's training been going? Because we know that you've been traveling a lot with him training.
Yeah, it's been brilliant. I mean, we brought in an extra coach, John Durant, and we're ready to go. Training's been great.
Now, you were in his corner at his last fight. It must have been difficult to watch. Walk me through that.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it was one of the scariest things I've ever seen. It's my son. He was in a bad way, but thanks to Karate Combat, they had some good medical staff here. The hospital treated him really well. And yeah.
Has recovery been well, and mindset as well? Because sometimes after a knockback like that, it can be a little bit scary to step back into the pit.
Yeah, not for Jerome. Not for he, I mean, from day one, I was like, I'm not sure what to do this anymore, but he was like, I've got to come back.
We look forward to seeing the comeback.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, we've heard from the fighters' cornerman. It is now time to get to the main event.
This time I'm strong and raring to go. No one could stop me. Josh Quayhagen, he's a good man. And unfortunately, I'm gonna have to send him back to Louisiana with a sore head. It's about time I'm fighting for the belt. I'm ready to go. And it's about time they recognize my abilities.
Ever since I got into karate combat, I knew this belt was mine. I wanted it, I was going for it, and karate combat was looking to have a title soon, so I called him out. I wanted to fight him. I wanted to show that outwork him, and I want to beat him in there. I want him to make him eat his words, so that's the plan.
These are our title challengers, the brown bear, Jerome Brown, in the red corner, and the preacher, Josh Quayhagen, in the blue corner.
Ooh, the smart brawler versus the fighting preacher.
In the red corner, Jerome Brown, the brown bear from Great Britain.
As you can see, 3-0 with karate combat there. Also, important to note, he is 4 inches taller than his opponent. He's going to take a sizable reach advantage.
Joshua Quayhagen, the preacher from USA.
Quayhagen also a good record, 3-1. Lots of momentum coming into this one, but he is the shorter fighter, so he's going to have to get inside quickly.
Fighters, enter the pit.
You ready? Are you ready? Let's fight!
5 rounds if they need them, 3 minutes per round, and we're underway in round number 1. Black pants for Josh Quayhagen, white pants for Jerome Brown, and instantly, Bass, that reach advantage very obvious.
Yeah, nice side kick there, and an open stance here we got. That means that one is a southpaw, the other one is orthodox.
Yeah, watch for that rear leg or rear hand to just come firing up. Nice little low calf kick from Brown.
But he does it with the bottom of his foot. I don't think you want to do that with the shin because, Davey Dona will tell you not to do that. That's how he broke his shin.
You know, we mentioned in some of the earlier talking points the toughness of Jerome Brown coming through that last fight, but Quayhagen himself incredibly tough, and look at how evasive he is.
Did you see that? How he let him miss? That was beautiful.
Yeah,
you see, that's the wall.
That's it. Missed by an inch, missed by a mile. Quayhagen doing a great job there.
Yeah, Quayhagen should fight a little closer, but you know what? It's a 5-round fight. He's going to have a lot of time, and fighting inside the reach of your opponent means you're going to need a boatload of stamina.
That inside low kick across Bass, not something we've seen too much in the last few fights.
Very nice long jab there. Reverse punch. Suki, boom, boom, boom. There we go again. Well, Brown likes that kick.
Just about halfway through this opening stanza, 90 seconds left on the clock here. And again, the range that Jerome Brown can cover.
But he comes off of a single kick. I mean, Quayhagen shouldn't do that. He should box himself in and wrap it up with a kick.
Yeah, Quayhagen really swinging heavily when Brown closes the distance. Good catch the kick into the body lock.
See, then I'm okay with a single kick if you make it powerful, because now they have to block it, which buys you a little bit of time to get out of there again.
Yeah, you can't just snap something out. You've really got to drive it.
Yep. Make him aware. If I would kick it on the defense, I kick just as hard as I can on the defense. Just let them know that they better block it. Try to get inside their heads.
Brown staying on the outside. That left hand from Quayhagen, it's really looking for a home, isn't it?
Yeah. They're right there. You see him shaking it. It's like power.
A bit more of a split wide stance for Brown. A little bit lighter on the feet. Slightly more squared stance for Quayhagen.
I think Brown is smart with doing the side kicks and not roundhouse kicks. I think Quayhagen is waiting for a roundhouse kick. Oh, look at that.
I love Quayhagen didn't back off there, came straight back in. They are slugging in the pocket here.
Wow. This is only round number 1, guys. This is awesome.
Well, we got 10 seconds left in this round.
Oh.
Judges have got to look at effective aggression, and Bass, both of these guys are being aggressive.
Wow, very nice.
Well, that is the end of the first round.
Beautiful first. That's a very hard round to call.
Absolutely. Both guys landing, both guys coming forward. Let's take a look at some of our replays here. Bass, talk us through those exchanges.
Yeah, this was really nice. Moving to the side there, that was in the opening of the fight. Very nice. Landed on the left hook. Now he stands up immediately, moving. that was like Matrix style.
That lean.
Yeah.
Yeah, really nice. Just Quayhagen again staying in the pocket, following up there, and almost got clipped.
And I love that right hiking with the right straight immediately afterwards.
I love that he mixed up the tempo there. He sort of took half a beat and re-engaged.
Yeah. And they were throwing power shots at each other there.
There we see Josh Quayhagen in the corner. Nice upright stance, trying to get those fresh breaths in. Jerome Brown, of course, equally looking very, very calm. We expect both of these guys to have worked very heavily on their stamina to go through a potential full 5 rounds.
Are you ready, sir? Are you ready? Let's fight!
The referee gets us underway. Another 3 minutes of action here at Karate Combat. Immediately Brown firing up with a bit of a switch stance.
Yeah, I expected Quayhagen to counter that. I think he's kind of waiting for a roundhouse kick, a single roundhouse kick, which he can come in and drop that right hand there, right there that he's throwing.
Yeah, connected nicely, but Brown is straight back in. Referee thinks about it, but able to hold off long enough. And that was a beautiful sequence from Jerome Brown. Early blood in this fight. Much more traditional boxing stance for Josh Quayhagen.
Yep, there we go. That's the American karate. Blending 2 styles together.
That's it, really using that lead shoulder to help protect his chin. Conversely, much lower guard for Jerome Brown.
Really nice check hook there from Quayhagen while he moved backwards. I love that. Ooh, nice kick there from Brown.
He tried to target the body, landed on the thigh, but that was just because Quayhagen closed the range.
Yep.
Oh!
Wow.
Brown surging forward again. Relentless here, just missing the head kick.
Man, these guys are going at it.
You know what they're not doing, Bass? They're saying, you know what, we're not going to clinch. Even when we get close, we're going to break and we're just going to throw.
He landed a big uppercut there. Brown did, Quayhagen. Yeah, no, there's no feeling out process. A little tiny bit at the beginning, but then it started. But
halfway through the second, you see that kick, Bass. It landed on the guard, but the concussive force straight through.
Yeah, but you see, that's when he came back with the counter. I was kind of expecting that. And he cannot do that on a side kick, on a yoke gear or a my gear. It's a front kick. So roundhouse kicks, you don't want to throw single kicks. There is okay because you kick him off balance. Once you're off balance, you can't counter. So
Quayhagen again with the center of the pit. Good pit control for him. That's going to help him on the scorecards. Nice lunging uppercut from the outside. Of course, uppercuts newly added to the Karate Combat rule set.
Well, he landed the first one he threw, and it was on the button. I snapped the head from Quayhagen back, but he didn't even flinch. Look at that.
Just a wild left on the outside. You'd rarely expect that to find the target, Bass.
Yeah.
Oh, again. Quayhagen starting to walk into a few of these now.
Big round punches are called Mawashi Tsukis for the people who think it's interesting to know.
Quayhagen walking
nice. Right
down.
body, left hook. I love that. Straight to the body, set up a hook to the head.
Into the final 20 seconds here. Bass, I don't want to put you on the spot, but if you've got to call a winner for this round.
Yeah, this is hard. This is hard. I would say probably Quayhagen would now with this, but I think round number 1 was Brown.
Landed again with a good fight, but that, of course, Bass, is why we're not judges. We just get to talk about
exactly,
the fight.
And I would never want to be a judge as well. It's just very hard. Although I started doing it lately a little bit, you know, just for fun to judge. Yeah.
End of the second round there. Continuous action throughout. Jerome Brown, Josh Quayhagen really testing their mettle. It's starting to become a real war of attrition as we look back on some of the action from that second round.
Oh, yeah. Quayhagen really started to find his target now. He's getting closer. Well, he tripped here. But he's starting to feel that inside, he's stronger.
Yeah, the wide punches really starting to repetitively find the target now.
Yeah, it's just not smart. But like I said, you know, to fight inside the reach of your opponent, you need a lot of stamina, because if this guy moves backwards, you got to constantly move forward. It's actually a really good way to shut down any great striker.
Touch him with the punch. Don't just leave it there. There's got to be a kick after. That's how
Quayhagen did a really nice one. He moved backwards and gave the check hook. That's a really hard move to throw as well.
You know, it's interesting, Bas. Both these guys have slightly different reasons for fighting. Jerome Brown said to us, fighting is fun. Josh Quayhagen uses it to help get across a personal growth message. But both fantastic competitors. We're underway in the third round here.
Yep.
And again, Brown on the outside, trying to find a home for those kicks.
Oi, look at that.
Landed nicely as well.
Yeah, to the body, the spleen section there. That's the left side of the opponent. For us, for him, right.
Brown starting to look a little less mobile here on that lead leg, Bas.
Well, Josh has been throwing leg kicks from the outside, but you know, since they're both in an open stance, you cannot really generate a lot of power. So I don't know if that's hurt or otherwise maybe something happened to it.
Let's see. You never know. Shin on shin can go a little bit awry sometimes.
Oh, that for sure, yeah. But at least that's a bruise. You don't want the muscle to block up. Look at this.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Great surge from Quayhagen, getting his 5 seconds to rain down punches.
Ready, fight! Wow, nice guys. They use everything in the playbook. We haven't seen Brown yet sweep the leg. He did it a few times. He tried, but you know, also takedowns.
Neither of these guys backing down an inch. I'm starting to feel some deeper breaths from Brown here.
Yeah, I see it too.
There's the front kick, catch of the kick. That's a nice legal takedown from Jerome Brown. That's going to help him on the judges' scorecards. Quayhagen quickly back up though. Oh, and he's caught him on the inside. Again, catch of the kick, driven back to the wall.
I took a head and arm choke, almost looked like it was Quayhagen was going for.
Good inside head position from Brown. Again, Quayhagen closes quickly.
Body shots, he feels that his opponent is starting to get tired.
Yeah, you can box on the inside like that as long as you don't use one hand to control the head. So on the inside, leaning forward with your head, it's good to work the body there. That's a good straight left. Boom. 45 seconds left, and I tell you what, this may be the third round, but we get championship rounds, Bas.
That's it. You know, 2 more rounds after this. Look at it again. So right straight to the body, left into the head, and he landed nice.
Again,
he's
going to the body.
Yeah.
Oh, and Jerome Brown starting to struggle here.
Yep. Yeah, and Quayhagen should step back a little tiny bit because he cannot punch himself out.
And that's it. That uppercut.
Yeah.
Has done it for Josh Quayhagen with 20 seconds left in the third round. Relentless punishment from the American, and he is going to be crowned the first Karate Combat 75 kilo champion.
Wow. Man, what a performance. I mean, he just put it on him. Once he realized he was getting tired, he started hitting the body, kicking that body with the kick of the side of the wall. That right kick to the spleen.
Yeah, you can see just a little bit obvious from Brown starting to lean over in those exchanges, and once Quayhagen went to the body, absolutely brutal. Let's take a look at some of the replays from that third round, Bas.
All right, here we go. The clinch, body shot, and then starts wrapping it up with punches to the head. Watch. Suddenly comes down full on the head. Going back to the body again. Nice kick there in between, another body shot. That's right straight to the body with the left to the head. That he was successful with twice, and I think that set it up the second time he was doing it. I think it landed.
And it shows you how tired Brown was. He couldn't even find the clinch position to try and slow Quayhagen down.
Well, you know, once you when you breathe in and you get hit, you can do 5,000 sit-ups a day. You breathe in, you get hit, you go down. That's it, you know. And once you start getting tired, well, you almost can't control your breathing anymore. So that's the moment to go for the body. And you know, if that right straight to the body, that I believe set it up, it's to the solar plexus. Yeah, it's going to be very hard. You can be tough what you want, but man, Yeah, it takes a lot of steam out.
So, Bas, we're just seeing Jerome Brown for medical caution more than anything is going to be taken out of the pit here and off to seek some much-needed review and attention. But let's go down into the pit now, and we're going to get the hand raised for our new champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner is, with a standing TKO, the blue Joshua Quayhagen.
And there you can see Karate Combat President Adam Kovacs tying one of our coveted gold belts around the waist of our new 75-kilo champion.
I love that. I love that belt. Too bad, you know, even when they give it, it doesn't do anything because you have to earn it.
Well, you know, Bas, he doesn't get one belt, he gets 2 belts.
That's true.
And here he is with his second. He's going to join our co-host, Layla and Ali, down in the pit.
Well, I am just going
feels.
to reiterate the words shouted by your brother just now, but hey, that does look pretty on you, he said.
Thank you. It feels pretty, you know, it's pretty cool opportunity, pretty cool thing going on. So I will say this, that I've won some fights and lost some fights, and it's exciting.
The crowd love you.
But my true victory was won over 2,000 years ago. I fight with a lot of peace because of I put God first, and man, it's just a beautiful thing. I get to fight in here with joy, win or lose. God is good.
Good to hear you fighting with joy. Now, the first round didn't look too joyful. You had to take some few punches there to get into range. How did you feel with that high pressure that was coming up against you in the first round?
Oh, and really good. It was the best I've ever seen him. I feel like he came ready, really good. So I wanted to be patient and not get carried away. Sometimes when I get hit, I get into a brawl. And sometimes that's been a bad thing. So I wanted to be patient. I knew it wasn't going to outwork me. I was going to be there for 5 or 10 rounds, however long they wanted to let the clock go. So I just wanted to be patient at the beginning, and I knew I'd break him in the middle or the end, whenever.
Well, not being outworked seemed key for you, because in the third round we saw him fatigue a little. Did that fill you with confidence?
Yeah, I mean, it was expected. You know, it was only going to get worse from there, you know, for him. So I think he got out maybe at a good time, because I was just going to keep picking it up until either me or him died, you know. So that was the plan, and we were going to see what was happening from there.
And now with the gold belt wrapped around your waist and across your shoulder, you're the man to beat.
Well, I like to be the target, you know. I want to keep getting better. So much. I talked to Boss about it before. You got to live like you win and learn like you lost. And there's a lot to learn from and get better at. And I know I got some guys chasing me, so I got to get better and come get it if you can.
Congratulations and thank you very much. A highly entertaining fight. Your new champion, Joshua Quayhagen.
And Josh Quayhagen, respectful and happy in victory. Sounds like he's game for a bit of a challenge here, Bas.
You know, yes, you know, he said it. I would like to have the target on my back. You know what? That keeps you an honest man, because you got to keep it training all the time. There's no time for partying, nothing else. Your focus needs to be just on your life, on your karate life.
Yeah, Josh Quayhagen, humble in victory, really is a very nice character just to talk to in general, and really, trust me when I say this, he talks the talk and walks the walk. Bas, a stunning end to that fight. Update for everyone at home. Jerome Brown, of course, on his way to hospital, getting the medical attention he needs just to make sure that he is okay. Any further updates, we will let you know. But Bas, what a day. Bryan van Waesberghe, let's talk about that head kick knockout.
It was crazy, you know, constantly he was attacking with single kicks and he got countered the whole time. And it was almost like he wanted to set him up. So suddenly he attacked, he waited for the counter to come in his opponent, and then he head kicked him at that particular moment with the shin, on the face, in the face, boom, dang, and he went down.
We were wondering if van Waesberghe would be able to step up. A lot of expectation on him. He's got to be pretty happy with a showing like that.
Yeah, but you know, if you go back into your fight, you know, you look at it, we always are our worst critics, right? And I think that he should look at the beginning of the fight, because there are some things that he can tweak and make better.
Sure. Okay, well, apart from that, of course, the main event, Josh Quayhagen is our new 75-kilo title. And Bas, this guy is just one of the most genuine people I think I've ever met. And, you know, he said he's looking forward to defending this belt. He's got a target on his back, and he welcomes every fight.
That's Josh. You know, he compares himself with the Lord, and he says that's the same. Jesus had it, that he embraces that. He wants people to attack because then he can spread the word. He wants to show people that American karate is a different style of karate. And boy, did he show that tonight. I mean, at the beginning, Brown was really good. I mean, he did a phenomenal job. But, you know, he threw out a lot of energy. And Josh has been in that situation. You know, he just weathered the storm, started attacking the body. Even that flying kick that he did off the fence to the body, to the spleen section, I think that started it. And like I said again, the right straight to the body, the left hook to the head. I think that right straight was to the solar plexus, and he could have hurt him with that. And from there on, it went all downhill.
All downhill, but to Josh Quayhagen's benefit, congratulations to him as our new champion. From Bas Rutten, our hostess Layla Annalee, and myself, Josh Palmer, we'll see you next time in the Wasteland. And through the portal they come. Red corner and blue corner. Oh, it's a big right hand. Come on, everybody.
Wow, very basic
end of the round.
Congratulations, an impressive flurry of punches. What was your feelings? Walk us through the end.
Absolutely destroys Raider Masudi. Oh!
It's only teammate Wasteland. Yeah. Woo!